Emmanuel Macron attacked his far-right or nationalist challenger, Marine Le Pen, over her links to Moscow. He claimed that by taking out a loan from a Russian bank, she had made herself dependent on Russian power.
Why did you do it? And I say this with great gravity tonight, because for our country, this is bad news, because you depend on the Russian power and you depend on Mr. Putin.
Meanwhile, Marine Le Pen emphasized the cost of living crisis being felt across France.
I truly want to make purchasing power the priority of my next 5-year term if the French have confidence in me.
Well, joining us now is Bloomberg's Connan. Caroline, we watched it in the Lacroix household, and I have to say we were split 50-50. Those who thought Marine Le Pen had won it, those that say Mr. Macron have it. The polls have not shifted that much, so who performed better in the debate?
There was one poll that came out after the debate about how convincing the two were during this 2.5 hour of primetime television, and it said that 59% of the French who watched the debate thought Emmanuel Macron was the most convincing. However, she was considered more tuned with the daily issues of the French, and also she was actually considered more roaring with her proposals, especially on Europe or immigration or banning the headscarf in public spaces, which Macron said would provoke a civil war. So a lot of punchlines on both sides. Clearly, Marine Le Pen was more prepared, more composed, more comfortable than last time in 2017 when she had a very bad time during that last face-off with Emmanuel Macron. And we'll see over the next few days whether this actually plays in the polls over the next couple of days.
Yeah, and Caroline, this is really what struck me, Tom, is that it felt like a new Marine Le Pen because she was prepared, she was cool, she was smiling a lot more than in 2017. And so obviously it feels like she had spent the last 5 years for this very moment. And so within the margin of error, I don't know whether it tilts in her favor.
Yeah, and the fact that she obviously learned those lessons from that disastrous performance in 2017. And the challenge, of course, for Macron was having to defend his record, as Caroline was saying. Caroline, how significant are these debates, though, actually? Do they really move the needle when it comes to the French vote?
It is possible, especially for the left-wing voters and the far left-wing voters of Jean-Luc Mélenchon, who came third in the first round a couple of weeks ago and had almost 8 million votes across the country. In fact, if you look at this same poll from last night after the debate, about 60% of Mélenchon's electorate thought that Macron was more convincing, but Jean-Luc Mélenchon actually tweeted after the debate saying, "Such a waste, the French deserved better."